for joining us today. We have some questions. Do you think university are necessary for our future career?
Uh, yes, I think they are. I think they're necessary not only for individuals' future careers, but I think they're necessary for the development of Vietnam. Education is one of the most important factors in economic development. Um, in terms of, however, the word universities, I think you need to be careful when the meaning of universities, people think 4-year schools. But nowadays, they have sort of 2-year schools, different types of colleges that do not necessarily, that provide you mainly with things like vocational training, or things that you can do other than say practical skills, and I think all of those are very necessary. So I think not only universities, colleges, vocational schools are very necessary.
Yes. And what skill do you think that university can provide us?
Well, of course, good universities can provide all kinds of skills, but I think one of the most important skill that a university can provide is what we call critical thinking. And I find this is not only in Vietnam, but this is in the United States where I teach, that too often students try to memorize things and they don't learn to analyze, they don't learn to think about something, they don't learn to understand things. And I think at the university level, a good university instructor or a good university really emphasizes what we call critical thinking. The idea of taking the knowledge you learn, but using it and say applying it so that you can better both your career and better the development of the country.
Yes.
In addition to critical thinking, if I go back to the idea of more vocational or 2-year schools, they need to provide critical thinking, but they also can provide skills to individuals that they can use to further their career.
Yes. And in the US, if people don't go to the undergrad, what are job opportunities for them?
Well, usually not a whole lot. I think studies have shown that people that go to get a college degree earn between 20 and 50%, or even more, on average, than a person that doesn't go to high school. It's very, very problematic for people who don't even finish high school. But if you've only finished at a high school level, I think your opportunities are very limited to working at a fast food restaurant, very manual labor, etc. That's why I, for example, teach at what's called a community college, which really emphasizes more 2-year degrees. In that case, it tries to train people. For one is to provide 2 years of education so they can go to a 4-year school. But then others who really don't want to pursue a university degree can learn various occupations, a lot to do with healthcare and things like that. So many people do not necessarily have to get a 4-year degree, but they can train, as long as they're trained in a skill. That's what is necessary. But if you only graduate high school, you really don't have any skills. So the opportunities are very minimal.
Yes. Thank you for the interview. I have a safe trip to the country.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you
very
very much.
much.
Okay.